Buenos Dias Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye up, bye up. In a Menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate all your support, man. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and appreciative to the fullest, man. So you guys see the thumbnail, so you already know what this is about, right? And there's no hate involved. I'll just say that right off the top. But I think it's something that needs to be spoken on. And who's better to do it, right? Myself, there's several other content creators that could do it, but I've took the initiative to put it out there. So fuck it, let's go, right? This Vato Renegade Media has expressed several times now that he's actually sitting on the death photos of Moneysign Suede. Now, those of you that don't know who Moneysign Suede is, he was a rapper that was tragically killed, incarcerated at Soledad prison. He was killed for whatever reason. The reasonings behind it should not matter, okay? At least not to us. Because it's an ongoing investigation, why he was killed, you know, what happened that led up to it, shit, it's none of our business. It should never be a part of our business unless we want to end up in the same predicament as him. Whatever he did, whatever boat that he rocked the wrong way, whatever the reasoning behind it was, he paid the ultimate price. He was sacrificed ultimately for that, right? Or for whatever reason. And I don't think, even if you know the reason, you should be putting it out there. Because again, man, it's not anybody's business to speak on it. But Renegade Media is putting out there that he truly has these death pictures, that they were given to him. Okay? And that he still doesn't know if he's going to put them out there or not. First and foremost, I expressed to him in kindly, man. Don't do that, homie. Don't let the images of what he went through, don't let his family see that. You know, if they seen that through, you know, the pictures on the, you know, in court or whatever, it is what it is. But there should be no reason why another man should be putting those type of pictures out on the internet. You know, when this Vato's family and his friends and those that support him will have to see. People don't want to see his last moments. There's a lot of people that love drama and they might want to be inquisitive and they might want to see it because they're fucking metiche and they're nosy. But don't do that. You know, even if you have that, you shouldn't even speak on it. It doesn't give you clout. Doesn't make you sound better than anyone else saying, hey, I got him. Like, oh, I got it, but you don't got it. Look, there's only a couple ways that you could have got those pictures if you do have them in the first place. And one of them is because you have actually a cop giving them to you. You know, we all know that when it comes to Renegade Media's channel, man, he does have connections in the inside and the outside. Man, that's easy. When I first started this YouTube shit, there was all kinds of people reaching out to me, trying to have me tell stories, sending me pictures, sending me inside information. A lot of it, I said, chale, I didn't want to do or deal with that because I found that it would put myself in a worse situation than I was already putting myself in. I didn't need to be involved in that, right? I'm not hating, man. It's his channel. It's his lane that Vato could talk about and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But there should be some things, you know, where you don't push that envelope, where it should be off limits. And one is showing a person that is deceased his last moments on this earth, man. So that way a whole bunch of people that didn't even know him or are not involved can see that. So if he does have them, I express to him, keep those in your pocket, man. You know, it doesn't make you look cool to say you have them in the first place. No one really cares, man. Hey, you become cool, you get your own clout, you do all that by your actions, by how you do, what you do, your stories, your life. You don't have to depend upon pictures of someone that passed away or someone that was famous that got killed or hang it over other people's heads like, hey, I got this and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. You should already know as a man what to do with it, and that's nothing. Put it in your back pocket and sit on it, right? Now, I also seen something else that kind of, I was like, it didn't upset me, but I was kind of like, wow, okay, wow, right? And it came up on my Instagram and it was someone else that dropped a video where Renegade Media was talking about the intricacies and the details into this case and saying guys' names and their values and putting timelines. And look, I understand that people are interested in the Moneysign Suede case. There's a lot of people that still support him, still listen to his music, and will always, you know, go to his memorials, take pictures, his gravesite, take pictures. They want to remember the guy who dropped music. They want to remember that Moneysign Suede. Whatever he was in behind the scenes, involved in, whatever he did, that was his business, ultimately. There's a lot of people that pass away, man. You want to remember them for what they brought positive to this world rather than the negative, right? It's not wrong of people to still support him. The way that Renegade was throwing it out there was like, hey, there's people that still support this guy that didn't understand what this guy was really about. Okay, as long as he wasn't no chomo or weirdo, I don't give a fuck what he was about. He had good music and people are going to support him for the man he was. Okay, if he had extra things going on, again, that's his fucking business. He paid the ultimate sacrifice for whatever he had going on. So why is it anyone's business to say what he was doing right or what he was doing wrong? No one cares. He's gone now. Let that man rest, right? There's been a lot of people that have passed that were well known on the internet, well known in this world that have passed. And I think it's time for all of us to say, you know what? Hey, let bygones be bygones and let them vatos just rest a little bit. We don't need to be showing pictures of them at their dying moments, taking their last breath, or the scene, how tragic the scene was. I think we could all pretty much figure out how tragic that scene was, right? We don't need to be shown it. Let that just be in our minds and resonate with us, right? Now, I give a lot of respect to Renegade Media and the content that he brings. He is very detailed, and according to him, he's an investigator. He does his proper investigation and he's a journalist and all this. I've heard this from a lot of different content creators. They're journalists, they're investigators. Are you a cop or are you not? If you're getting your information from police officers, from cops, it is what it is. What does that make you, right? That makes you a crash dummy if you're willing to put out there what some people say without really verifying it to be the truthful. That's what it looks like. It looks like Crash Dummy 101. And I don't think Renegade Media is that. I think he's a man that has decided his fate, like he says, and that is willing to be outspoken and speak on things other people won't. Does that make them scary? No, that makes them wise. You're not scary because you won't slander another man or talk shit about another man or disrespect an organization. That's not being scary. That's being of an understanding their shit is not your shit. It's none of your business. If you're not involved in that life, if you're not living that life, you just stay the fuck away from the intricacies and the details of what they do. Now, whatever you're alluding that Moneysign Suede did that got him in that predicament or got him in that thing, because according to Renegade Media, he knows the whole reason behind it, everything, and the reason why it happened. Why would you tell? That's telling. This is an ongoing investigation. There's guys that are getting caught up behind this, or maybe some guys that haven't been caught up behind this, that you're going to put in a situation, man. Do you want to get people stretched out? If you're a proprietor and a proponent for people not doing time, for people not being utilized, for people not being manipulated, for having our gente and our raza do less time and do good out here on the streets, then why would you put guys in a situation because they took a life? They didn't take your life. They didn't take any of your family's life. They took a rapper's life that found himself in a situation he couldn't find himself out of. So what does that make us if we were to sit here and speak on it and try to get people indicted and caught up? That makes ratas out of people. Straight up. I'm just being honest and real. It's not all about, oh man, I'm just trying to be the person that fucking tries to help the people out from realizing that you're being used. I think everyone knows that already by now. When you're in the game, when you're gangbanging and you're using people, because I did it, you did it, when you get drunk with power, we all know, man, everyone gets utilized in the game. There's different levels to the shit. You're being used just like everyone else. And if you're not understanding of that, hey, you could tell a person 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, you're out. If they want to continue that, let them continue that life. It's on them ultimately. I just believe that sitting here and saying, I got the pictures of Moneysign Suede, that doesn't make anyone look cool, man. And again, I'm not hating on Renegade Media. All you babosos could come on my DMs and say, hey, you're hating on him, let him do him. He's going to do him whether I let him or not. Who am I to hold him back? I'm just saying, use common sense and think here. He has a mother who loved him. He has people who loved him. He has family members that don't want to see that. They don't want to hear someone talking about, oh, I got the death pictures. I got him. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. You want to hold power over this guy's life? A life that was taken from him, unfortunately, at a very young age. This man had a lot to bring to the world. He was just getting on. He was just going to be able to take care of his family and put his feet in concrete. A lot of what these rappers are doing, showing him support and still listening to his music. What's wrong with that? I heard you say, hey, man, these guys don't even know who the fuck they're representing. And it's bullshit. I see them still supporting them. they're always going to support them. I support them. What's wrong with that? There ain't nothing wrong with supporting someone. Hey, their personal business is their personal business. And if he didn't put it on the internet, why should we, right? I'm not doing this video to get clout off you. I'm not doing this video to get clout off Moneysign Suede. I'm doing this video because I believe it's the right thing to do. You know, there's been plenty of situations where I might have came up on information or this, but I didn't express it or put it out there because it wasn't my business to do so. And I knew their family wouldn't appreciate it. When Chito Ranas' brother, Hali, got killed, I knew all the details into that and all that. You know, that was brought on my plate. I didn't even speak on it or do a video on it when he was killed. And for that reason and that reason only, Chito Ranas got at me on Instagram and thanked me for that. He said, hey, Pop, I appreciate that. Now, we don't see eye to eye in the gang world. I understand he's still doing what he does and I'm doing what I don't, right? But real men respect real men in the get down. No matter what position you're in, no matter if you're active, you're non-active, you're a gang member, you're a dropout gang member, none of that matters. All that matters is the man and how you carry yourself. Just because you're not active anymore and you're not living part of that life doesn't mean you continue to throw the people under the bus who still are. It doesn't mean you hate on them because you're not involved in that anymore. See, there's a difference between telling your stories, being you, conforming to what you conform to, holding it down for you and yours, and instead of fucking instigating and saying everyone that's still active and everyone that's doing that, it's all bullshit. They're tecatos, they're fucking old ass men. That doesn't sound cool. That sounds like a lot of hatred, man. That's what it really sounds like. You know, and that's coming to every content creator that does that. Not just Renegade Media. You know, I had a lot of confidence in Renegade Media when he first started out that he could be the next one up to really hold it down in this prison genre. And somewhere along the line, you lost your way, homie. Let's just be real. You lost your way because you continue to slander people that are still in that lifestyle because you're not in that lifestyle. And all that, oh, I already know what it is. You know, I already made my bed. I'm going to lie in it. It's whatever. I'm going to be the only one to really put it out there. You're not the only one to really put it out there. Everybody knows already what time it is. Gangs are not good. They're not great. We involve ourselves in them for whatever reasons. Because we don't have a good home. Because we don't have family. We feel like, hey, these vatos coming with open arms. And then you truly understand what it is when you get put in a position where you're manipulating people. And you're being manipulated to manipulate people. We understand all that. I think everyone gets it by now. But things like this with the Moneysign Suede, what did that vato ever do to you or me or anyone else that you were sitting there saying, I'm sitting on his death pictures or even putting the guys out who might have done this or might not have, right? It's not we can't tell on them. But I heard you actually naming names and vatos and this guy's this and this guy's. Listen, bro, who the fuck are you to be speaking on that? You shouldn't do that. That's unnecessary. You know, I think we all did our videos when Moneysign Suede died. We were all shocked. In fact, myself and Dubs were some of the first people to do it. We got a lot of hate for doing the first videos when he passed. People say, nah, he didn't pass. You guys would do anything for views, whatever. And then ultimately, they found out he did pass. But we didn't go into the details of where he got hit at. We didn't go into the details of why he got hit. I did a video, the true reason Moneysign Suede was unalived, uncut, unraw. And I didn't even say shit there. I just said, man, because he made mistakes in life, I'm sure. Roundabout ways to do things, man. You don't have to give every detail. And I know a lot of people love drama and they want to hear all the details. But why? It's not their business. And it's definitely not your business to be putting out there. You know, it's wreck after wreck after wreck until eventually you don't live no more after a wreck. You can only get involved in so many wrecks. When you involve yourselves in that, it doesn't make you cooler or better than anyone else. It makes you stupider than everyone else. That's the truth of the matter. That's a fact, right? I have no hatred in my heart to Renegade Media. Not at all. I think he's a great person. I think he's a family man. I think he truly means right, but is going the wrong way about it. You know, I seen he sat down with Hector Bravo, the CEO. Shout out to Hector Bravo, man, in his channel, Unhinged, right? Go watch it. It was a decent interview, man. I say decent because some of the things that were coming out of Renegade's mouth, it seems like your ego got a hold of you, homie. It seems like you feel you're the only one in the genre doing right while everyone else is doing wrong. You know, I even heard you mention that you know more about Southside business or about Southsiders than Dubs could ever know. Are you out of your fucking mind? You know, someone who did 20-something years, bro, functioning as a Southerner, you're going to say you know more about them Like, you want to know more about everyone else. You need to learn more about yourself, bro, and understand that we're done already. That lifestyle has passed us up. You're more of a man that takes care of your family and works hard for your family. I respect it. I respect your content. I just some things, bro, I don't. I'm sure there's things about me you don't like. And you might not like the comedy I do. And you might not like the way I present myself or who I am as a person. And that's cool. I'm good with that, bro. You know, hey, I could accept that. But what I can't accept, man, is someone who sits there and says that he's taking the higher road and trying to help people to realize they're being used, but slandering other people that they don't even know and talking shit about them, you know, in a way like people that are still functioning. Like, are you mad because you're not active no more? I'm not. I'm happy that I'm not. You know, there was nothing more I could bring to the plate. I brought whatever I could bring. You know, I did what I did as a gang member. And then I just did something else with my life. And I'm content with that, man. You know, last thing I would do is try to defecate on another man's character that got killed, that was murdered, you know, and say that, you know, I tell the truth. There's true stories, man. I remember when Savage Studios got killed, there was things I knew about him, things I put out. And unfortunately, man, that sucked too, that guy got unalived, right? But sometimes when you speak too much or you make the wrong move, the bad energy comes back, right? It's just unfortunate, bro. If you have those pictures, my advice, and you don't got to take my advice, you probably don't like me or you think you're better than me all of a sudden. But I will say this, don't put those pictures out there. Don't disrespect that man's family or his legacy by saying people still listening to him, they're still support him, they don't even know what type of man he was. Do you really know, or did someone tell you? Because you never met him. I never met him. We don't know what type of man he was in real life. We don't know if the Vato fucking was bullshitting us. One thing I do know, he was a good rapper. You know, he lived his life to the fullest. And he got killed, unfortunately, man. He was a youngster. That was tragic. That was tragic any way you look at it. You can't sit here and talk shit about a man and blame people for doing it. And I know the real reasons why it happened. Who gives a fuck what you know, bro? You know, you don't know. You only know what you're being told. Just like you think I didn't know? You think I don't know? I was told something too. But I don't put it out there like, oh, I know the real reasons, bro. I'm better than everyone else. I know. I don't give a fuck what I know. There's no cops telling me shit. You know, I don't take the word. If a cop says, oh, that has nothing to do with me. You know, they feel comfortable enough to tell you certain things because you're their crash dummy. You're going to go out there and spew it and say it. People could tell you anything and you run with it. You know, it's none of your business, just like it's none of my business. But I feel like you feel the need to speak on things. I feel the need to say this. There's no hatred here. I don't give a fuck if your channel blows up. I don't care, bro. I just care that you're a fucking righteous man and you treat everyone with respect. And don't be speaking on people, bro, and throwing out these fucking fake stories. It's foolish. It's very foolish, man. And I'm just being real, okay? No jealousy, no hatred, no none of that. Just realness. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. And I could give a fuck less, to tell you the truth. You know, because if someone won't say it, I will. And what I'm saying is, man, respect that man's fucking life. Period. Be a real one, man. You say you were a real one in the gang life, you got removed. You say you were a real one as a writer, you gave that up. Be a real one now, bro. And don't put shit out there about this dude, bro. Untruths. And even if it is true, bro, don't speak on it. It's not for you to do that. He has his own gente. He wasn't from up north, bro. He's from down south. If his people want to put shit out there, let his people push it out there. But we shouldn't be putting that shit out there. And I say we, bro, because we're from Northern California. We should be the last ones speaking about how good this man was and how he wasn't and how you're sitting on his... Your ego has got a hold of you, bro. It's just too much. That's the truth. The facts. You know? Disrespecting Vatos. These fools got used. He got used. Listen. Who gives a fuck what they're doing, homes? That's not your shit. Period. With that being said, man, let the hate begin. That's cool, man. All you guys that support Renegade Media, I do too. I'm subscribed. Right? I support them. But I don't support bullshit. And that's just what's up. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. And I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and be real. Because this is what realness looks like, man. You know, I could tell a homie. I could be like, hey, bro, that's probably an ugly look, right? And you could tell me the same thing. I'm reciprocal. You know what I mean? I take constructive criticism. But goddamn, bro. You know, if you put those pictures out, that's lame, homie. Straight up.